Hi guys! Jake and Marisa back again for more live reactions to
Kaitou, Sentai, Lupinranger!
This is Keisatsu, Sentai, Patranger.
Pew pew, pew 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 pew. Sorry, I'm getting my lyrics up.
Alright. Yeah, we're
in a bit of a rush, so we started before I had them up.
Yeah, I've got tutoring resuming at the private school where I tutor today. So that's kicking back in because they started their school year.
And I just got back from a doctor's appointment, so we are squashing this in between
everything
two separate
got
things.
Shoved around a little bit today. Also, I know that the
85?
I know that Power Reviews episode 85 is currently blocked for the majority of the world again. I was hoping that that would get resolved quickly and cleanly with a, just by disputing the claim. Unfortunately, that didn't go through. I'm going through some other efforts to get that resolved. I'm basically reaching out to a few contacts, to one or two contacts I have, and also testing some other things with the video to see if it might make it a bit more friendly to YouTube's algorithms, whatever it is that identifies it.
But since one of the copyright claims is from Saban's Power Rangers channel.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a little reach out to Hasbro on that, so hopefully I can get something worked out.
We may not be able to get around the
We'll
Toei
see.
claim.
I'm less worried about the Toei claim than I am about the Saban's Power Rangers claim. I feel like if we can get around the Saban's Power Rangers claim, then the Toei claim, I have no way of getting in touch with Toei, but
yeah,
that will hopefully only cover like Japan, as opposed to Saban's Power Rangers, which I imagine covers more of the world, going off of how things went with the Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
It's with the Kamen Rider episode. It's a shame because I really like episode 85, and I've had so many problems.
Yeah, I was
getting
getting ready to
online.
do this, and I was making sure I didn't put on the same shirt as last time. So I went to the channel to look at the copyright, to look at the
and
thumbnails, and I went, "Sweetheart,
yeah, 85. It
where's
disappeared.
episode 85?"
So, yeah, I really like episode 85 too because we finally address alien rangers for the first time in the series, and it's just got some great emotional moments and pushes the arc into like the meat of year 3. So hopefully that'll all be resolved soon. Apart from that, yeah, last week was a crazy week with a bunch of videos. Things will hopefully wind down a little bit now. I'm going to still try and keep you guys in the loop on Power Review stuff as they progress. Same thing with any new Power Ranger news that may come out. I have heard that Beast Morphers is planning to
I got 2% battery left on my phone.
What? How?
I don't know. Pass me a charge cable or I'm not going to have lyrics. Thank you.
That thing was on a charger for like an hour earlier. What's going on with that? Weird.
It's more that the living room charger is not a fast charger.
Okay. And in other Power Ranger news, the board game Heroes of the Grid is progressing through its Kickstarter really nicely.
Isn't that the one with the Warhammer-like figures?
Yeah, it is.
If you decide to play that, I will totally paint those for you.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Give me a minute. I know why that hasn't been charging. That wasn't plugged in this whole time.
I was just about to say.
No wonder it wasn't charging anything.
That explains it.
But yeah, no, that's... It had an initial goal of $100,000 for the Kickstarter, and it's now past $500,000. It's at $500,000 and still going strong for and it's got like 2 days left.
I went through a phase where I wanted to play Warhammer just so I could paint the figures.
Yeah. So if you want to contribute to that,
Kickstarter.
Time's running out. Right now, the...
If you want to contribute to that Kickstarter, I have an account.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might do that, because apparently, basically for the price of the game, if you contribute that much, you get the game itself plus all the Kickstarter rewards, which is great. You can contribute a little bit less to get just the base game, but it's still contributing a fair amount.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Kickstarter works. I love Kickstarter. I
haven't done anything through Kickstarter, really.
I got a really cool tabletop game once called Call of Cthulhu.
Nice.
It's all about cats.
But yeah, it's looking really cool. It's got a bunch of high quality figures. I saw them at the Renegade Games.
You know
I
that
think is their name,
comics shop
booth?
where you get your comic books sells the stuff you need to paint those kind of models.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Remember they were playing Warhammer on the table there?
That's true, they were. Alright. But as we were saying before, we're on a bit of a crunch, so I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed on those bits of news going on. So please contribute
Orange
to Heroes of the Grid if you can, and I will try and get news out on Power Reviews 85, which I really like, and people who have seen it, I think, enjoyed it. And I will try and keep news rolling on 86 and 87 as they're in process. I've already started editing on 86, so fingers crossed this will come together a little faster now that I actually have the Phantom Ranger costume and everything complete. So, until then, let's kick off some episode 30 of
Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger!
This is Keisatsu Sentai Patranger. The two are on a trip. And I have this upside down. There we go.
Thievery! You have
Magical
your
sound.
own wireless mouse.
Yes, it would be great if it worked.
You really should get one for your
I should get a new one, yes.
for your new computer. So apparently, everyone loves Kichiro.
I guess so, yeah.
As the comments have told us.
It baffles me. I mean, like, he's funny, but it's more of a we're laughing at him than with him kind of thing.
We're in the minority.
They are hiding something from Noelle, and I
Badly.
don't get it.
They are hiding something from Noelle. Badly.
I guess they're hiding that Kichiro is going on a vacation thing. He's going on an undercover vacation.
Well, he was definitely going on a trip for the, I'm at the station now. Me too, it's 16.
Hey, what are you doing? Really?
He's going to an onsen!
Oh, Kairi gets to annoy Kichiro for once. Oh, that's wonderful. Noelle has put Kairi on the task of annoying Kichiro. What is happening? Why are you glitching? What are you...
Okay.
That was weird.
Last time I heard that sound, it was in Five Nights at Freddy's.
I remember our cable used to do that. Okay, so yeah, he told...
Who ditched the hospital to fight. Rejected a girl so he could run off and work.
Yeah, they know he's not.
He's suddenly
just
taking a
on
vacation? That is suspicious.
We're getting a little loading wheel all throughout this one. I'm wondering if this episode didn't completely load properly.
You know what? As long as it doesn't do that thing again, I'm cool. I can tolerate a little loading wheel in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Mysterious treasures left by the phantom thief known as the Lupin Collection have been stolen by the ganglers. The thieves who fight to recover what they've lost. The police who fight to protect world peace. Whose side are you on? Yami no naka de futeki ni wa aru silhouette kono shutai shiritake catch me if you can destiny yokoku soru honto no nuchi wo rikai suru mono dake ni hikari hanatsu mongai fuchutsu no collection Lupin Karimau chase you up ubai desu ushinai shitoki wo tokasu tame daru mawase Lupin sametukuru chase you up Yatsurami adu Azayaka ni Lupin Ranger. It's showdown. Gotta wait till Kairi shoots you.
I got a little ahead. But I got the Konoseki Jutsu.
Yeah, apparently that's one where you need to stretch your
Well, he kept telling me I need to stretch that out, so I was, but I didn't understand the melody or the rhythm until I actually listened to the Patranger song again.
Oh, okay. So what's happening?
I was doing like Konoseki.
So there.
It was not.
Okay, so they gave a gangler a piece of the collection, and Gauche is spooked about this.
But they're trying to assure her it's exactly the right one for the job.
Interesting.
The episode name, Vacation for Two. We forgot to say it.
Oh, yeah. No, I said it.
You
You just didn't say it with me.
Oh, I didn't say it with you. That looks so good. Why is Japanese food so much better than everybody else's food?
I mean, well, I'd say that there are. It really depends what you're in the mood for. Everybody has preferences. Like, nice.
That's not a pistol, Kairi.
Doesn't stop him from using it that way.
I love how they keep putting the onsen emoji across.
Yeah. Onsen emoji.
Yeah, that's what that circle is with the little floaty reds out of it.
Oh, interesting. She is creeped out by him. I'm not anyone's suspicion. Kichiro, you are not helpful. Why are you doing that? That is horrifying. Don't do that. The little girl is amused by how ridiculous
They're bickering.
they are.
Because the way they're bickering shows that they're chill.
I guess so. Interesting use of the fisheye lens.
Oh, she lost one of her...
She's gonna go try and find her hair thingy.
Her hair bobble.
Yeah.
In English, that's what we used to call those back in the day. Baubles.
Yeah.
Because they're two plastic doodahs on a figure eight of thing, and you put them around each other, and then pop one of the baubles over the other to hold it in place. And the original ones were spheres.
Okay.
Hence the name bauble.
Here I was thinking bowel.
I used to have all kinds of different baubles.
So he went and...
I think I still have a couple of pairs that I was really, really cool.
So he went and bought one. Except Keiichiro actually found it. Good for you, Keiichiro. You found it.
Oh, hers are spheres too. They just happen to have things on them. I had some that were flat. Why does Kairi look so...
I don't know.
cheesed off?
He seems upset for some reason about this.
Kairi, are you actually jealous of Keiichiro?
It's a little weird. Keiichiro.
I can't pronounce it today for some reason. That's weird.
Doofy Keiichiro is so much better than angry Keiichiro.
It seems to me like as long as he's not dealing with the Lupinrangers...
Yeah, he's fine.
Keiichiro plus children is absolutely adorable. I mean, he makes a lot of them cry, but he's very earnest about wanting to help children.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, seriously, Kairi.
What?
Really?
What was he? I don't quite get what's going on.
I was just thinking about how you're Mr. Perfect.
Okay. Let's see where this goes. I'm trying to understand the conflict here. Okay. So something happened similar with him and his brother. Okay, so what? He wanted a chance to play hero? I'm trying to understand. He wanted a chance to be a good person, and he
had it stolen.
Yeah.
But his reaction to it just shows that he still has the same immaturity he had then, when he thought, that's my brother.
Fair enough.
Because he didn't go looking for it either. He went and bought new ones. He tried to cheat at it also.
That's true. Like, look.
He doesn't want to put in the effort that his brother or Keiichiro put in, but he does want the accolades.
A little bit. It's looking, well, it is looking like he felt bad that he was, selfish as a kid.
Right, but he hasn't moved forward enough to want to be good for the sake of being good.
Fair enough.
He's moved forward enough to want to be good because of social pressure.
Yeah. Okay, so now you gotta follow Keiichiro and see what he's up to.
Oh, that's an interesting bobble.
Yeah.
It has a small piece and a big one. So I guess you loop the small one over the big one so it hides behind.
I guess so.
I've always seen baubles that had the same exact thing on both ends of the figure 8. That's actually a cool version.
This one really likes to say poop for some reason. I'm not sure why, but okay.
Stopping him from what, though? We still haven't figured out what he's doing up there.
This is true. And we don't know what Keiichiro's up to either.
He's making an exchange.
Who we got here?
He's buying a collection piece, probably.
Looks like it. Interesting. Okay. There we go.
Yes.
Yep.
Really? Really? We're going with the really cliched thug who drags a pipe behind him cliche?
Yep.
How many times have you seen that in like an anime where somebody's walking down the street and like gets mugged by some guy in a dark alley? The first thing you see is his feet with him dragging the freaking pipe behind him.
Yeah, yeah.
Cliche! You stinking... No, he just called him a rude pronoun is all,
Yeah.
but thank you for trying. Looks like you're not a gangler. You're not a museum owner.
There we go.
Oh! It's a callback to the auction!
Nice. That's good.
That's actually really cool. So they thought he might be a gangler, which is why they sent it. Remember, you break it, you buy it?
Okay. That worked out pretty well.
ついでにノエルに隠れてコレクション手に入れるつもりだったわけだ。でもダッシュネックもなら負けないぜ。
There we go.
ルパンコレクションいただき。
カイト、なぜここに？
カイトの情報も甘くいいんだよ。
アデル、USB クラ渡さん。
How does he not figure out this is Kyrie?
Yeah, I know.
Look, he's got Kyrie's hair, and he followed you to the onsen just like Kyrie.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty ridiculous.
Although it's interesting that the Patrangers know to keep Noel out of the loop.
Well,
They
probably
definitely
one of the smartest
know.
things they...
Oh, it definitely is, but it's pretty clear that they understand that whether or not he has a connection to the Lupinrangers,
Yeah.
he definitely has something going on with the collection.
Yeah.
His interest in the collection is not solely, the same as theirs for police review ways.
Melee approach is the best approach when you run into a problem like that. Good shot. Nice. There we go. Yeah.
Now, if Tsukasa and Sakuya can't figure out that Noel brought the Patrangers,
Or brought the Lupinranger.
brought their Lupinrangers, they are dumber than a bag of rocks.
Yeah. Nice. No clue what that one is, but okay, what's happening
Messed
now?
up bouquet.
Why is it
Oh no, it's
going?
pollen!
Apparently shaking that was a mistake.
Yes!
Oh, no, it just smells really, really bad.
He's sneezing.
Oh, that's why Ghosh was so concerned. He's a skunk. That collection piece was keeping him from stinking. Oh, wow.
Put it back in his safe.
This is awful.
Get in there, Sakuya.
I was wondering what the deal was with this guy.
Just go over there and help him.
Making him bigger is not going to make things better, I think.
No. I make the stink even bigger. My eyes are burning.
Oh my.
Trying to squeeze more out. No, please don't.
Oh,
Oh, she
nice.
shade.
And then she just stuck her hand through her portal thing. That's a pretty cool.
We didn't beat him yet. She's right.
That's true. Evil giant skunk of boom. I guess.
Okay, maybe the idea was make him big already so that he starts exploding instead of stinking.
Yeah, apparently his gas is very flammable.
While
Oh,
spraying flammable gas
that's
everywhere.
what he's been doing. So no one could smell the gas. They need the vehicle. What's gonna happen?
Maybe he'll actually ask for it. Which would be an interesting step between the Patranger.
Yeah? He needs it to stop a fire.
俺のパトカーよりお前の飛行機の方が速い。何言ってんだよ。
Are you actually suggesting they work together? Because that would be amazing, Keiichiro.
Yeah,
Please do that.
that's what I'm saying. This could be a big step. Oh no, he's telling him to take it and go.
Thank you, Keiichiro, for being a reasonable person.
This is a huge step.
Oh my... Oh, wow. Oh, Keiichiro. Keiichiro. You actually...
He's putting the needs of the people above his vendetta.
Oh,
I
finally.
am so proud of you.
Finally.
I'm getting a little misty.
Oh, finally. However, one thing I've noticed, that is a ground-based vehicle. I still suspect the Patrangers are ending up with it somehow. I don't know how yet.
It's entirely possible that after doing this, the Lupinrangers may discuss it with Noelle and decide to let the Patrangers keep it.
Let's see what happens. Come on. Kairi, you need to use it now.
You see, Kairi is actually thinking about
Yeah.
the fact that...
Oh, interesting.
Splash Magic!
Huh. Okay, so Splash has a piece that replaces red. It replaces both red and blue. And this one doesn't get the magic helmet on top of it.
Splash overrides magic.
As far as
hats.
hats go, yeah. Cool. Oh. So Lupin gave it to a lady friend and never got it back. There we go. Hey, ex-Emperor. How you doing?
Yeah, but it's ex-Emperor gun. I'm bored by ex-Emperor gun.
I mean, it does have a giant minigun, which is kind of cool. Oh, wow. Good use of Magic Splash. Oh,
Big poppin' splash! Feels good?
I guess he likes having a bath. I don't know. But that was interesting. They used the one card and then came out 4 other cards. That was pretty great.
And now he's thinking about giving it back to them.
That was a very creative finisher. I like it.
怪盗に VS ビークルを渡してしまいました。
いや、おかげで
What?
被害を最小限に食い止められた。
Oh, because he could smell it before, too. Everything still smells.
The Patrangers still smell. It's because of Sakuya and...
Yeah.
なんとなくだが、そこは信じられる気がしたんだ。
Yes, you can. Just continue doing that.
わざと手放したのかもしれないね。すべてのコレクションが揃った時に生まれる力を。
Yeah, he was trying to keep some of the pieces apart.
とにかく、カイ君、今日はお疲れ様。
Noelle, will you
He
take the
feels
fire
bad.
truck back to the Patrangers, please?
Let's see what happens.
俺のパトカーよりお前の
I
飛行機の方が速い。
That might be
honestly
what's
think that's what
happening.
Kyrie's about to say.
さっきは俺に
Yeah.
Noelle, please take the fire truck back to the Patrangers.
Yeah.
待っててくれたじゃないか。
He couldn't give the little girl back her treasure, but he can give Keiichiro back his treasure. Keiichiro!
Oh,
What?
Keiichiro is reminding him of his brother. That's what's making him so frustrated.
You didn't get that before?
That's okay. No, I was trying to figure out exactly what it was, and I didn't figure it out really until that last moment. It was I knew that everything was reminding him of memory with his brother. I didn't realize that Keiichiro was reminding him of his brother specifically in that moment. That didn't click for me, and that's why he was so frustrated.
Yeah, because he wanted to be his brother, but Keiichiro did it instead.
Yeah, but it's more than that. Keiichiro is reminding him of his brother, and that's making it harder to be at odds with Keiichiro.
That too.
That's the thing that I just got from that bit at the end when he said, "Why do you need to be so much like him?" It's making it harder to, to fight him when he needs to, which sometimes
when he knows that Keiichiro's heart is in the right place, despite the fact that he has a raging need to destroy Lupins. However, this time he did not act on that, and for that I am so proud of him.
Oh wow!
I was just saying at the beginning of this that everybody likes Keiichiro, and we're why can't I say it today?
Whatever.
K-man.
Yeah.
Kei-chan. Everybody likes Kei-chan. Or was it Kei-kun?
Whatever.
He said Chan. Kei-chan. And I am starting to like him now too.
Well, he's finally, not
I'm
being
really proud of
jerk.
what he just did. If he can keep that up, it shows a character growth that I admire.
Yes.
If he cannot keep that up, I'm going to go back to hating him.
Yeah, pretty much. He's been
But it certainly makes him interesting as a character, if not as a person.
Yeah. These last two episodes honestly have,
We're having some kind of weird love thing next time.
I guess so. These last two episodes have, been rather good, I think, to Keiichiro, between, just the hilarity of the foundation of his identity being linked to his
hatred of the Patranger.
Of the Lupinrangers.
But we've just established that even though the foundation of his identity is his hatred of the Lupinrangers,
he was finally willing to put that aside. So this was a good 1-2 punch of kind of redeeming his character a bit.
Putting those two things back to back does make it hit a lot harder.
Yeah.
Like, if we had not just established in the previous episode that is apparently his whole identity, then we would not have just watched him violate his entire identity for the good of others.
Yeah. This is the Keiichiro that I would have liked to have seen kind of all along, where his hatred of the Lupinrangers was funny as opposed to annoying, and he actually is able to put it aside when needed, as opposed to letting it get in the way when he really shouldn't.
Yeah, Keiichiro was very frustrating as a character.
He has been for a long time, and he's
very frustrating because and I know a lot of people really enjoy him, but I think that's what our problem with him has been, is that he's very frustrating. He carries the idiot ball a bit too often.
Yeah.
And he just made a wise choice.
That was very good.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I think...
I was also amused by the chintzy place they decided to go, because it was one of those onsen that have, because there's, the onsen where, everybody wears the, yukata and the slippers, and you've got the outside, baths and stuff. And then there's this kind of onsen, where you've got carnival games, and you bring your children, and they have counter-service food. Have you ever watched,
It's like a theme park.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you ever watched, Life Where I'm From?
I know that you do.
There's a YouTube channel called Life Where I'm From, which is actually run by, a family where the mother's Japanese and the father's Canadian, and the children were raised in Canada, but they were taught to be fluent in Japanese, which is very important because they've all just moved there a couple of years ago, and now they make these YouTube videos where the father and children give videos about what things are like in Japan that were different from where they lived in Canada, but with a bit more nuance than someone who was just American or Canadian and had moved over there, because the mother actually is Japanese, so the children have some idea what's going on. And one of the specials they did was a video all about this kind of onsen.
Yeah. So I'll say, with regards to this episode, we definitely liked that
chintzy tourist trap onsen.
That Keiichiro is finally able to put some stuff aside for the greater good for the first time in 30 episodes.
I know, it's about time.
I don't think he's actually done this before.
even in other situations where we're sitting there going, come on, do it. Like, this is a perfect reason to actually trust the Lupinrangers for once, just because someone's going to suffer if you don't.
Yeah.
And he still didn't.
Like, they worked...
Apparently it takes the whole city is on fire to get him there.
Yes.
Got him there.
Because in episode 25, when they all worked together to defeat Lyman, I even then, like, they still had him fighting with Kairi in
Well, that's why Tsukasa had to take his spot in the cockpit.
Like, even then, like, I think, if I recall correctly, Keiichiro was able to sort of put things aside a little bit when they were fighting on the ground.
A little bit.
And then
as
went
soon
right
as
back.
they were in the cockpit, he was just jumping all over Kairi and...
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Change seats!
Yeah.
I love Goody Proctor. No, Goody...
Goody Striker. Good striker.
Goody Striker.
Goody I saw Goody Striker with the devil.
Did I mention the first time our first date was to his basement to watch Power Rangers Mystic Force.
But the first time
we
met
was auditions for the Crucible.
Yes.
In which Jake played
I was John Proctor. Yes.
And I was no one.
You were a background person. Which I honestly felt was an underuse of your ability. Because I saw you in auditions, and I thought that you would have been
But I was
really
not a
great.
known element. The person who actually got... Because I was going for Betsy.
Betsy Paris. The little
and the
girl.
person who was actually casting Betsy was a known element to the theater troupe. She had worked with them before, and I could see why that would push it over to her.
I thought that you gave a stronger audition, though, than she did.
Well, subsequent
and
activities...
that's why the next show up, when I was directing, I cast you.
I was going to say, subsequent to that, various other directors cast me in various other things.
Yeah.
I just had to do my dues. I put in my dues as a background person. It was cool. But the funny thing is that my brain jumped to Goody Proctor when I'm married to John Proctor.
Still got that spider
Oh,
in my
sorry,
back.
babe.
So it's getting a little better.
Hold up the
But yeah, it was a little the most I'd say somewhat frustrating aspect of this episode was just that the Kairi's issues were kind of unclear in the moment, and they kind of cleared up by the end. But it was.
I mean, it's a multi-layered issue.
Yeah.
One, yes, Keiichiro reminds him too much of his brother.
Yeah.
Two, he is trying to be his brother, and Keiichiro is doing a much better job at it.
That's part of it, yeah. I think a bigger thing as far as why he was actively frustrated, and it took me a bit to...
He was trying to do the right thing for once,
about the
and
end
somebody
of that.
else got in his way.
Well, it wasn't just that.
Because his brother was better than him then, and Keiichiro was better than him here.
His anger wasn't directed at Keiichiro, which took me a while to get.
Yes, exactly.
It was self-directed.
Exactly.
And that was unclear.
He was
upset because he was misleading somebody who was being proven to be a good person, and he was angry at himself for
he was probably also angry at himself
taking advantage of his trust.
for his mental, the moment the way his face fell when Keiichiro showed up with the thing was probably yet another case of, but that's my brother. Only in this case it was, but this was going to be my chance to be the hero. Once again, he was not happy for the girl.
It was a
multi-layered He was upset for
thing.
himself, like I'm saying. It was a multi-level thing.
Yeah, it was a bit complex and sort of hard to read. I think it became
I suppose
clear by the end of it,
quickest way to put it was that Keiichiro reminds him of his brother.
Yeah.
Whom he misses, and that's hard to be at odds with him because of that. And also, because Keiichiro reminds him of his brother, who made him feel inadequate, Keiichiro is making him feel inadequate.
Yeah.
Both of these things are happening.
And Kairi also, it made it harder for him to continue manipulating Keiichiro, because that's basically what he was already doing. He was, and he felt bad about that, and that's why it made it so hard for him to fight him later on. I like their kind of... as confusing as it was in the moment, I do like they are exploring some more complex character dynamics here. And
I want all that food they had.
And I also like how they sort of built off a bit of continuity here with the underground auction from a few episodes
That
ago.
was awesome. That's why I was
That
like,
actually was
hey, it's
relevant.
the auction people again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love continuity callbacks.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get a little bit more of that moving forward. Now we're, into 30 episodes of however
Seriously,
many it's
though,
going to be.
I want a tray covered in, like, 15 tiny bowls
Yeah.
with all the different good foods in them. I don't know. I think that's an Asian thing,
Yeah.
is having the food in, like, a gazillion tiny bowls instead of
It's a lot of
using
bowls.
a plate. We have plates, and they put every different piece of the meal in a different bowl.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it, because then you can pick it up.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't pick up your plate, you look uncivilized. But you can pick it up and...
Yeah.
This is my miming of chopsticks that I'm
Yeah.
not holding. Oh, that's something I didn't do. Oh, because it was Labor Day.
Oh, you didn't have your usual sushi
I did
lunch.
not get my usual sushi lunch on Monday. Sashimi lunch.
Yeah.
There's a place near us that does really good sashimi, but their dinner prices are obscene, but their lunch prices are cool, but there are no lunch prices on Labor Day. So I missed out this week.
Yeah, it happens. We had it last week. It was good.
Now Kyrie and Kichiro are making me hungry.
We'll have a quick bit of dinner after this before I run off and do drink. The splash magic combo was pretty great.
That was awesome.
Especially
when
the
they made
finisher.
the
That finisher was
bubble.
a really nice use of combining power sets. And I'd like to see some more stuff like that. Magic in particular seems to be one that can pair up well with a lot of different other finishers to make them more creative, and I'd like to see what other things magic can make happen.
Do you believe in magic?
Yeah. Yeah, yep. Yeah, we're good. Thank you for that. But yeah, no, that was fun. The whole gag with the gangler, it was
Stinking. That was kind of funny.
It was funny, and it did play into they did sort of a long game.
I recognized it as a flower
with that
bouquet
episode.
right away. So when we first started seeing yellow stuff everywhere after he shook it, I thought
that it
he
was
was
something
releasing
coming from-
pollen.
Yeah.
But it was really the stink of the monster who was previously being air freshened by this lovely flower bouquet.
Like in the moment I'm just like, wait, how is he creating something from the collection piece? It shouldn't work outside of the safe. What's going on? Oh.
And then Tsukasa's like, put it back in his safe!
Yeah. And I like that not just was it something funny and silly, but it played directly into what the Gangler's plans were for that episode.
It's clear
as
that
well
he's
as
not a proper skunk, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Skunk stink
Yeah.
is not flammable.
Right.
And frequently, last I checked, it did not burn the eyes either. But you know what is both flammable and burns the eyes?
What?
Methane.
Yeah, pretty much.
But interestingly enough,
It set everything up with the fire across the city, which set things up for
That's why someone's
for
farts
Splash
can
to
burn
be
your
so
eyes in a...
to be so relevant. So this was an episode sort of full of its own little long games where they set up a bunch of stuff at the beginning and then everything kind of paid off and was clarified by the end. Like you were wondering, okay, what's the deal with this monster? Why is Ghost so weird about it?
And why is he just standing around? Because he's been farting.
And we were wondering, okay, what's Keiichiro actually up to on this vacation? What is Kairi's current issues with Keiichiro at the moment?
I love how he's still looking at that bauble like it's kind of representative of the whole situation.
Yeah.
Because, he bought a bauble to give to the girl.
It's like, I try to be a good person, but
You took a shortcut.
Keiichiro is actually being a good person.
Exactly.
Not that Keiichiro is always that great a person. He's often kind of an idiot and a jerk.
He's
But
very earnest.
He is very earnest. I will give him that.
And he's often he has a thing with kids. Even though they all are scared of him, he really wants to police good to kids because of that policeman that he met when he was a kid.
This is definitely Keiichiro's first instance, though, of actually putting his personal biases aside, which he never does.
When he told Kairi to take the fire truck and go because your plane is faster.
He acts a lot like, he usually acts like it's an integrity thing to be against the thieves, when it's really just he's having a personal bias. It's very clearly that. And even in this case, he had more of a reason to be angry with Kairi, because
he was trying to actively steal his fire truck right there.
Yeah, it was stealing from him instead
What
of
I
from
honestly
the gangler.
expected to happen was him to be all like, Lupin Red, the city's on fire, I need the fire truck, please give it to me.
But recognizing that his jet could get there faster, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was. That was an even bigger step than I expected when he got that call from Tsukasa.
Yeah, I thought he was going to try to reason with him as a person, and no, he's just like, go be a hero. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is one of the things that the Lupinrangers do. Thanks for noticing and letting him go do that. That's great. Like, the Lupinrangers have regularly saved the city, just as often as Patrangers do, and Keiichiro just never gives them any credit for that.
Until now.
The Lupinrangers, outside of one case where the monster grew and still had the piece inside them, outside of, I think, that one case, them destroying the monster with Lupin Kaiser has never had anything to do with them getting the collection pieces.
Nope.
Like, clearly they've been saving the city all these different times, and the Patrangers just never give them any credit for it. And they're like, wait, could these thieves actually care about protecting the city? Maybe. That just doesn't make any sense. But I like that we actually finally got to acknowledge that, and that was A plus in my book. So yeah, a lot of good things in this episode. I hope we keep going with these character progressions, and I hope that we start having some story progressions again, maybe. Could be nice.
I'd like to see a budding alliance continue to bud.
Yeah. Mostly this episode, this series has been very good on character dynamics and just weak on developing story and its driving conflict.
What are you looking?
The driving conflict of the series has always been a bit weak.
Weird.
I mean, like, we know that there's the whole race to get the gangler pieces, but the ganglers, for the most part, are fairly passive villains outside of, the individual monsters of the week just wanting to show off their stuff.
Yeah, there's no...
And the actual conflict between the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers has always been rather weakly driven, mostly just by Keiichiro's prejudices. And there's very little...
And the Lupinrangers being concerned about the Patrangers destroying artifacts.
Yeah. But there's been very little actual developing plot, and it would be nice to see some sort of progression.
I still can't eat my Fitbit.
So we'll see what happens.
The cat has pica.
But at least we're having fun with these characters and seeing them grow, at least a little bit at a time. So much fur.
They're orange.
So much fur so fast. Alright, so I think we should wrap this up and get grab a bite to eat before I have to head out.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'll keep you guys in the loop on what's going to be happening with upcoming Power Reviews episodes. I'm going to see if I can maybe get something going with 86 by the end of the month, maybe? I'm just putting out a maybe.
A lot of that's going to depend on whether or not we can get 85 back up.
I will admit, it would be great if I could get 86 out by the end of this month, because I think 87 would make for a really strong Halloween episode, if I could start getting things on a monthly. Because you know all the stuff that happens in 87? You vaguely remember?
You'll have to remind me off camera.
Okay. I think it would make for a strong Halloween.
Because I've got a couple of scripts from you, and I'm not honestly sure which one's which.
things are gonna get crazier. If you saw 85 and thought, whoa, things are getting crazy, just wait till you see 86 and 87. We're gonna keep rolling on this. The year 3 is really just kind of coming into its own now, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys what we got next. And yes, to people's questions in the comments, those things will get resolved soon enough. Don't worry. But until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
You realize you did that left-handed on the last live stream?
I'm Ambi, goodbye dexterous.